Hello and welcome back to Betrayal on the Trail. When we last saw our heroes, they were attempting to follow the tracks leading from where the tomb of Davrin Thorawax once was, led by Jan and Nelibert. Along the path, Kibal spotted a tabaxi, called Clover, who revealed that she saw what left the tracks behind, a group of grey elves, led by an elven woman carrying a miniature version of the tomb. The party figured out that this group had shrunk the tomb in order to relocate it. Clover led the party to the last place she saw this group, an abandoned fishing pond. Through the powers of throwing some fish around, the party discovered that this pond was currently the host of a portal leading to the Shadowfell. Apprehensive about the dangers within, the party decided to venture through the portal, where they found a grim reflection of the fishing pond they were just in, and saw a town in the distance. The town appeared to be a shadowy reflection of Hagar, with two key differences. It had a lighthouse, which produced the equivalent of daylight over the surrounding area, and it had a large menhir which had a tower wrapped in some magical light. Unfortunately for the party, these new sights distracted them from the shadowy hound creeping up to ambush them. And that is where we shall continue for today's adventure.
So this large shadowy dog burst its way out of the shadows, its jowls kind of dripping with this black ichor as it bites its way into Arabella's leg and knocks her off her feet, knocking her prone. Can we all roll initiative for us?
Oh no. Oh, come on!
I rolled shit too.
So did we get above 20 then? Cool, above 15?
16.
Okay. Above 10?
Got 13.
I got 10.
3.
I rolled a 1 for a 5 total.
So, this shadowy hound has pounced its way out of the darkness. As it does, well, you specifically hear a noise from the fishing hut as an arrow hurtles its way out of it towards you. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, cool. So as you're turning around to see Arabella get knocked down, an arrow lands itself in the back of your shoulder, dealing 6 damage to you.
Ah, oh, this stupid dimension is stupid.
Unfortunately, it's you up next, Kibal.
Right. I'm obviously very cross about this arrow. I want to spin around. Is Arabella, pinned down by the dog?
It has knocked her prone, and it is kind of stood by her, ready to make another attack, but it isn't, holding her down.
Okay, in that case, I want to step in next to Arabella. And I don't know if you will allow this part. What I want to do is offer her my hand to help her up from being prone. But what I'm actually intending to do is use that contact to cast Bark Skin on Arabella.
Awesome. I would say if you do want to help her, I will use your bonus action as well to do that.
That suits me. Awesome. So yeah, as I pick you, your skin starts to harden and crack with a sort of tree bark. Your AC is now 16 and cannot be lower than 16.
That's so good for a wizard.
Thank you.
Yeah, and now I'm going to be like, all I have to do now is to not get hit on. And look back at the towards the hut. I'm not going to use any of my movement yet, but I think I am going to shout there's an archer in there, by the way.
Awesome.
And yeah, that'll be my turn.
Cool. So Arabella, you are back up now, and you are ready to party.
Oh god, this is so bad. I'm going to cast Magnify Gravity at the hut, assuming it's within 60 feet of me.
That's so cool, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a 10-foot radius centered on the door of the hut, I guess. which is a
The-
a Constitution saving throw.
Amazing. Ooh, that is merely an 8.
That won't pass. In which case, it's every creature. If there's, you'd have to tell me if there's more in there. But every creature takes 2d8 force damage. Its speed is halved, and also any objects that aren't being worn or carried are dropped onto the floor and require a successful strength check to pick up.
Amazing.
It's not very much. It's 8. Yeah, 8 force damage and half speed.
Cool. So you hear a groan of pain shout out from this fishing hut as something kind of tumbles downwards.
That's going to end my turn because I don't want to give the dog an opportunity to attack.
That is more than fair. Marie, that brings us up to you.
I think like just judging by like on everyone's kind of like ideas. Like I don't know if sticking around is a good idea, but I also don't want to like be the first to run. Okay, I'm gonna take out my dagger and attempt to just kind of like grab at the dog and like kind of just stab it.
Okay.
Whilst also just like screaming and just like I don't know.
Just full panic mode, stabbing at the sound.
As a natural 20.
My god, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kill that dog!
Start giving Glasgow a smile.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That poor mutt.
He attacked an old lady. He should have been on a leash.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it's 11 points
amazing.
of piercing damage.
Yeah, it doesn't like that at all. It kind of starts to snout in your direction as well now, seeing you more as a threat.
That's me.
Yeah, cool. So it is going to retaliate with a bite attack on you now, as it kind of turns its head towards the one that just stabbed into it. Oh boy, that is a 22 to hit.
That do hit.
Yeah. That is 8 damage that time.
Okay.
And
Okay.
could-
It needs to take a Constitution saving throw.
Indeed, it
Oh,
does.
I do need to make a strength one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make a strength one as well. Oh my god, I'm rolling good. That is a 19 on Constitution.
That saves, and I fail. Roll a 2.
Cool, so
So-
Marie goes down this time. That is end of its go. 3. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna run over to the dog. I'm gonna try and hit it with my quarterstaff first. Oh, that's probably gonna miss. That's a 9.
Yeah, that misses, unfortunately.
Okay, bonus action flurry of blows. So that's an unarmed strike for 14 to hit.
That does hit.
Sweet. Okay, cool. So that is 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Awesome.
And then Marie just took damage, right, from the dog.
Yes.
Cool, so I'll use the second flurry of blows to use Hand of Healing on you.
Oh,
So you heal, oh, nice, a 4, so 7 hit points.
sweet, thank you.
And then, am I allowed to say something?
I'll let you say something, yeah?
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Arabella and just be like, I know it's really cool and magical in here, but please can we go? That's all I'm gonna do on my turn.
On a subsequent note 3, as you moved your fist into this hound, you kind of noticed that you did make contact. It seemed to hurt it. But parts of it kind of moved itself around you, like you were punching a very, very thick smoke, almost.
Ooh. Okay.
If it makes any difference, my light cantrip is still active.
That does make a difference, yeah. Just disregard what I just said.
Okay. Well, so it just felt like a normal...
Yeah, you punched a dog.
Normal puppy.
Punch the dog, mate.
Yeah.
Revenge at last.
But speaking of, just even though it doesn't matter that much because the light cantrip is still up, but the top of initiative, the spinning light from the lighthouse moves its way over, and you're all immersed in sunlight all of a sudden. Bow, it's up to you at the top.
Are we in sunlight still for this bit? Do
Yeah.
things look very different?
They don't.
Do I need to take stock?
They don't look different or anything. You are in the same kind of desolate, dead
They
area.
look well lit.
Yeah, it's just light.
Okay.
now.
All right. So I can hear, obviously we're in a bad. Looks like we're in a bad spot, and everybody wants to leave, and that's the sensible thing. But somebody shot Cabal with an arrow. So Cabal still looking at the thing, having heard the humanoid grunt and not having seen another arrow, is going to start using his movement to march over towards it. Is it within 30 feet?
I would first say that because you had to pick up Arabella, the dog could take an opportunity attack if you did do that.
Yeah, come on, dog.
Okay.
Come on, dog.
Let's tempt fate. That's a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hit.
Cool.
The dog didn't shoot me.
Oh god, that is 12 damage.
Oof. Okay, that's not great.
And can you make a strength saving throw for us?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a natural
Oh, okay.
20.
Yes.
So,
Cabal in a rage, just bin lets the dog off. Jumping towards.
Yes.
so you can make your way up to the hut within that distance.
Just to be real shit, after I'm a few paces away from the group, and as I'm stomping in a rage, remembering that I've been shot, Cabal's just going to be like, "But if what you can't be," and expend a charge of my staff to surround myself in a cloud of bees.
Oh yeah, sure.
3 would just be looking at this like, what the fuck?
This is the opposite of the plan right now.
Sorry, I don't mean to be a stickler, but until my next turn, the gravity's still effective, so I don't know if the bees stay airborne. I don't know how
So,
close you are.
The bees, oh my god, I can't believe this feels like the next 10 minutes could easily be a side episode. Because we're about to get into some physics interactions, yeah. So, my cloud of bees is,
This is a nightmare scenario
100
for
tiny
ODM.
bullets just like in the ground.
This is scarier than Shadowfell.
Bee physics, come on.
I'm surrounded by a cloud. The insects remain spread out in a 30-foot radius. Harmless flying insects move with you, centered on you. So there might be a bit. So I could test how that works. As I'm stomping up again. Also, Cabal does not care about any of it. He wants to open that door and shout at whoever's in there. I do a perception check on my own bees as I approach to see where this radius of danger is. And stop.
There's like a direct line where the bees are still airborne and then they are not.
So, yeah, because even if they succeed the save, they still will die. So
Can this episode be called "The Bees Are Dying at an Alarming Rate"?
So yeah, I'm gonna say as you enter a certain area, you start to see bees kind of becoming heavier, dropping down, and trying to raise back up and failing.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna stop at that point. Tempered by my anger with not wanting to be flattened to death. And then just back up and be like, are you still in there? And that'll be my turn.
With that brings us up to Arabella's turn. So, at the top of your turn, the ball of magnified gravity drops, and the bees begin to raise back up again.
I need to do a quick concentration save because I took damage and Arabella still got bark skin on.
Oh,
Me.
Yes.
I took 12 damage from the dog.
Yeah, that is
And I
true.
rolled a 16, so you are still bark scum.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Sapping Sting on the dog,
Awesome.
which is a con saving throw, I wanna say? Yeah, it is.
Awesome. So that is a 14.
That ties, so does that pass?
Yeah, it goes to the roller, unfortunately.
I flip off the dog. Yeah, that's the end of my turn, it doesn't do anything else.
Cool. Emotional damage is dealt out.
Good.
Marie, that brings us to you then.
I'm gonna attempt to just kind of keep grabbing the dog and just stabbing it, but also just I don't have anything that's not like extremely damaging in AoE or and I'm assuming this dog doesn't have any metal on it, like a collar or something. No, okay.
No, unfortunately
Right.
not.
Right.
full
Okay,
plate
now I'm
armor.
gonna
Cyborg leg.
gonna stab it and try and not receive trauma from it. That's a 14.
14, yeah, that hits.
5 points of piercing damage.
Amazing.
And yeah, I'm just really trying to kind of closing my eyes and hoping for the best a little bit.
As the dogs go up next, it looks pretty beaten up now. Its body is dripping kind of black onto the floor, making these big black puddles. It does not seem to be enjoying the sunlight right now. It's kind of like squinting, trying to get the sun out of its face. It is going to use its action to disengage from the party, kind of like slink its way under your feet and start to make its way towards forest. That is the end of its go. Bree, got anything?
I think I would let it go. I don't think 3's in any mood to go chasing this thing down. What is the current situation with the hut as far as I can see?
Nothing has happened since Arabella cast the spell in its direction.
There's a hut, and near it is 30 feet of angry bees.
I don't think 3 would want to go near that. Okay, cool. I'll use a bonus action, Hand of Healing, to heal... Who looks lower out of Arabella and Marie?
I'm alright, honestly. Like when you healed me up last time, you pretty much all everything healed over.
I'm swaying on the spot slightly, but
Okay.
I've just been a while since I slept.
I'll use Hand of Healing on Arabella then. So that's 6 points of healing. How far away am I from the portal?
About 10 feet.
Okay. If I'm only 10 feet away, I won't move any closer. I'll just be like, guys, we should probably... Cabal, we can the dog's got... We can just kind of stay near the portal and hope the Cabal listens.
Cool. Now, what would you like to do?
Now that I've seen that the bees are flying normally and the gravitic effect appears to have stopped, I'm going to continue my march to the door and do the customary Cabal knock back and try and open it.
Amazing.
And open the door.
Yeah, make a strength check for us.
11.
Yeah, it... Once again, the door wasn't locked. A classic maneuver for Cabal.
I can smell them. Smell an unlocked door from a mile off.
You smash your way through. The wood is already kind of moist and old and eroding, so it just shatters to pieces as you move your way through. And you see a young man with a very heavy-looking crossbow on his lap, kind of cowering a little bit. His skin is papery white. His hair is kind of like this, turning silver, but it's still black at the back of it. His clothes, all quite ragged, all the different shades of greys and black around the belt and the trousers. I'm sorry. I didn't mean nothing by it or nothing.
So the bee wall is advancing towards him, and there's already like bees.
That's a good point. He doesn't know that you're there.
I am. Well, I mean, he'll hear the door.
Yeah.
And know that I'm there, and I can see him
Yeah.
and everything. So, if I can see him for that, can I make an attempt to grab the crossbow?
Yeah. I mean, he So you move onto him, and the bees kind of overwhelm him. He can't see anymore, and because he's completely blind, he doesn't see you reaching down and grab the crossbow off of his lap.
Cool. I am gonna take that, and then, if you'll let me, I'd like to try and hit him with my quarterstaff with a non-lethal attack. I am trying to bop him on the head.
Amazing. I'll let you make that attack with advantage because he's the equivalent of prone right now.
Thank you. That's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. So that'll do him. 7 plus 4, 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, he is out cold.
Awesome. I'm gonna pick him up.
Cool. You sling this fella over your shoulder.
All right.
Spoils of war.
All right. The beast. Yeah, I guess I'll come back out of the cabin. You guys will see this cloud of bees, and he'll come over like, "I've got a surprise. Let's go.
A what?
I've got the fucker with the crossbow. Maybe we can get some answers."
Yeah. Should we leave?
Upon hearing "Let's go," 3 would be like right up against the portal, just like ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be following close behind, I think.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting that those dogs hunt in packs, so I'm all for going back.
It's the same sort of effect going through, but without the same chill that it had the first time. But still, your lung seems to be kind of like stripped of all air as you stumble your way back through to the other side and see pretty much the same terrain, but full of vibrant colours. You now appreciate the pink of the cherry blossom fallen into the water and all the fish with their vibrant colours to them. You're back in your realm, guys.
Number, check that fishing shack immediately.
Yeah, 3 would go up to the door and just kind of lightly knock on it.
No answer.
Slowly open it.
It is absolutely full of fishing equipment.
Why are you like this? It's fine, it's just some fishing stuff.
Right, good. I'm gonna lay the dude on the floor and then move 30 feet away.
Oh!
Right, so...
The bees reveal a gentleman.
I'm gonna go and try and stand slightly up a hill. See if the breeze will get these lads off any faster. But I figure we can ask him some questions.
Alright.
Does he... here's a question. Now that now having brought him out of Shadowfell and here, does he look visibly monochrome? Well, I suppose what I'm trying to ask is, now that he is not there, is he like obviously out of place? Does he appear to have originated from there, or can I not tell?
It's like the equivalent of putting like a black and white film character into a modern film.
Yeah.
It's odd to look at.
Does he have an identifiable race?
He's human, yeah.
Alright, should we interrogate him?
He's unconscious.
He's very... no, he's...
Splash some water in his face.
Well, maybe, hold on. Maybe... Steve going for the water. I'm like, hold on, maybe we should secure him first.
Oh yeah. Marie, do you still have that rope?
I do, yes.
So you tie him up, easy to do, because he's still unconscious. And then do you want to splash him? Give him the old splash?
Yeah, go on.
Get a bit of the pond water in your hand and chuck it over his face. Comes to. Well, looks astonished by the surrounding area. Like, what is this? Where am I?
It's okay.
It's not okay at all. This is not right. This ain't.
It's better than in there.
Saying that, but so right. Like he seems to be really straining.
Does it look like it's the same time of day as we left, roughly?
It seems pretty similar.
Okay.
Just for reference, it's more the they both aren't necessarily linear time-wise, but it's more the Feywild that is erratic time-wise. Shadowfell is more mellowed out because it's more stable arcane-wise.
Were you born over that way?
Not in the fishing shack.
No, but were you born nearby, or were you born where it looked like this? Not that you necessarily remember your birth, but you know.
Yeah, I was born on wherever this isn't.
Why did you shoot at me?
Why did you shoot at him?
All right, I'm sorry, but I was told to.
Him specifically, or just anyone who appears through the portal?
And they said that anyone that came through that little archway is pure evil, but which is true because you beat the shit out of me, and
only because you shot him.
Because you're pure evil. That's what they said.
We didn't do anything. We walked through.
What's your name?
Oh, my name's Trailben. Trailben Alzor.
Okay.
Trailben, who are you
I'm
working
writing all
for?
of it down.
The maiden of the manor. She looks after us, and we had to. She said that one of us had to go keep watch, and we all drew names from a hat, and that was my name that got drew.
Does the maiden of the manor have pointy ears?
Yeah, she's all elfy and all that.
What's her name, sorry?
Sylthia Thorawax.
So what?
Thorawax. Her surname's familiar, but I'm not sure if it's
Yeah,
familiar
why
in
is that-
campaign or...
Davrin
Why is that
Thorawax.
ringing a bell?
Davrin?
Yeah, the
Is it
gentleman.
Davrin?
The gentleman you are trying to find the tomb of is called Davrin Thorawax.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
I want to point at Trailben and be like, do you know the name Davrin?
Oh,
Did you see some people walking through with like a tomb, but it was like really small? They shrunken tomb, and they might have come through this.
Davrin Thorawax was human, wasn't he?
no, he was dwarven.
Oh, he was dwarven. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean he couldn't have elvish descendants, you know.
But strange that he doesn't know that name, and yet there is a lady of the manor ruling with some measure of authority. And now his tomb's gone.
This maiden of the manor, does she have dead plants? Dead plant kind of vibe? Okay.
I think we
Proper
can guess where the...
Proper into gardening, she is.
Great.
Did she recently go through the trees and then come back a little bit afterwards?
No,
Like,
she's
a month ago.
she arrived in our town about a month ago.
Oh, so she's a new addition to your town.
Yeah. But she came in, and her elf people, they're proper good fighters, they are, and they said they could keep us safe, but they stop all the shades and the sorrow sworn from getting beyond our fences.
In exchange for a mere pittance of control over your life.
No, she doesn't even really care. As long as we give her a bit of food and a bit of wine every now and then, she leaves us alone. But the wrong request was that one of us with a that little shadow hound just stay watch and keep an eye out over that there archway. Like I say, they drew my name from the hat.
Lucky you.
It's not preferable, but we persist.
Well, you can stay here. You don't have to go back through.
This place is terrifying. I'm not a fan of this, really.
Did you? No, but okay. That dog that we saw that ran away. What's with the dog?
It's Miss Thorowax's pet. Also keeps watch. It's kind of the main line of defense, but I also am supposed to lay down support and fire.
Right. It's still alive.
I'm glad, honestly. Are you gonna kill me in this vibrant fishing hut?
No.
Maybe.
And then kind of look to Cabal for confirmation that he's not gonna try and kill this guy.
Is it a problem if he reports back to this Thorowax elf?
How often do you need to check in with your superiors?
I mean, I come back every evening, and then the other one comes up, and they also keep watch. But you know, so
I mean, she's gonna surmise something's wrong if he goes missing, even if he doesn't make a report. So like,
He also hasn't done anything wrong.
I didn't do anything wrong.
apart from shoot Cabal.
At that point, I will finally pop the arrow out.
Okay, I'm fairly sure I've done more damage to you than that arrow.
What?
Maybe not, actually. What I'm saying is, like, you know, you could have done. It wasn't like a big, you know. You'll live, right? You don't need revenge.
It's not the HP, it's the principle.
So she lives in the mansion. She keeps you all safe. She's been there for about a month.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with the lighthouse?
Well, that's that's the spire of the Morning Lord. It's Lathander's watch. He keeps us all safe. He does. He sends down the sunshine, and proper glad for it.
Oh yeah, you're just brimming with safety out there, aren't you?
Well, we've got it all worked out. We've got our wall. We've got literal sunlight scaring all shadows off, and we've got a bunch of good men out there keeping us safe.
And what was the? There was a glowing tower as well, wasn't there? That wasn't the lighthouse.
That's that's Miss Thorowax's.
A wizard tower?
I don't think she's a wizard. She's never like gone around with a big pointy hat on or anything. But I wouldn't.
Ms. Plum raises a good point. What do you know of magic? Is there a lot of it where you're from? You see it around in the streets?
Well, there's not like a bunch of us that are shooting off fireballs and stuff like that. But I mean, we've got that lighthouse. I suppose that's magical to a degree, and Miss Thorowax seems pretty magical, I guess. But we don't really see her much, so.
Is she magical in like a plant way?
I would assume so much, but I mean, where she steps,
tower?
like plants start to grow and stuff like that. But you know,
So what's she doing with this tomb then?
How far away? How long would the walk take from the other side of this to where she is?
About like 45 minutes, maybe, to get into town.
Oh, okay, real close. Okay.
Elben, be honest with me now. If we were to accompany you back through the portal to where you live, and you were to take us to treat with Miss Thorowax, would we be welcome, do you think? Would we be able to make that journey with your escort?
I mean, the people in my town, they don't like kill people on sight or anything, but Miss Thorowax said that we're not supposed to let people... Look, alright, my specific job is to shoot people that come through that specific portal, because Miss Thorowax said they're going to be evil-like. So, by that line of logic, they're not bad people, but they'll probably let you in, but Miss Thorowax might be a bit cross at me. But he's looking a little bit nervous. It looks like self-preservation's kicked in at this point. If you want, we could just say, like, came from another location. I just found you wandering around those parts.
So, you know the thing that you guard, because people of pure evil might walk through it. Are there other places that people might simply walk through in your land to come from other places?
Well, Miss Thorowax hasn't told us to guard any other places, so I don't think so.
Might not be any nearby, but there would be some somewhere. Though it's pretty obvious if someone's been in the Shadowfell for,
I don't know if I'm willing to make the gamble that there might be another portal and she's not. I don't think that's a very...
It might get us through the door.
Frankly, I think it'll get us through the door if we say, hey, look, we're in colour, where's that grave?
Do the portals ever close? Do we know?
Ever not have to guard this?
I've not been told. Well, I do not have to guard it when it's not my shift. But
there's always a guard.
There's always someone on.
Guys, I'd be worried about going through and then not being able to get back if something bad happened.
It would take pretty strong magic to close a rift like this. That might... I don't know who this woman is. I don't know if she created this rift in the first place. I hope she didn't, and we really are screwed.
Maybe she's just really friendly and she only wants the tomb for sentimental reasons because she's, family.
Yeah.
She's not necessarily an enemy.
Probably that three.
Yeah. We don't know that she's an enemy. Just because she said that people who come through have to die doesn't necessarily mean she's trying to kill us specifically. She might be trying to protect the tomb.
She might just be scared.
She came about a month ago, which was when the tomb's taken.
I mean, this
yeah, it looks like she and her... But they were already great, weren't they? Before they went through. So that would imply she came out of the Shadowfell somewhere else, unless they are Drow.
the portal's so close to the tomb as well. Maybe there's something in that.
Mm.
Maybe it says something about their relationship.
Maybe, unless thrown up in desperation, quickest way to get out.
Oh.
Quickest way to get out of the tomb.
This portal looks like it took a long time to create, or unless you can just like with the trees and the lake and the fish,
maybe the wall between realities is naturally thin here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it takes really strong magic to create and then sustain a portal between two dimensions. I think it's more likely that it was here beforehand, but then you're right, it's suspicious that it's so close to the grave.
Surely they would have closed it if it was just open for them to come through and take the grave.
Exactly.
Maybe we do just go through to have a chat. But right now, we're trying to build a puzzle without all of the pieces. And I think that Sylvia Thorowax may hold a few corner pieces.
We send this guy as a messenger rather than us go. If we go in there and it goes wrong, it goes really, really wrong. Could we just write a message for this guy and ask him to pass it on and see if what we get back is violence or...
It's an option, but I worry that if we send a message saying, hey, we'd like to talk, come meet us tomorrow, and then we come through and there's 400 armed men.
If we go straight into her mansion, they're going to be there anyway.
They might be okay with just talking. We don't exactly look that threatening, and then he's gonna kind of cast his eyes to Cabal briefly.
As all my bees drop dead around as 10 minutes are up.
I'll just turn to the captive and just kind of the way you generally look fairly threatening as a posse, or like in by your frame of reference. I mean, or have you seen some shit?
Well, I mean, we've got all sorts in our village, so it's not like you're the first odd people we've seen around. But I mean, you're all lit up or vibrant or whatever you guys want to call it.
What's your village called? I wonder if it's going to be something like Anti-Hagar.
Dark Hagar.
Hagar backwards.
Hogor.
Rhaegar.
I'm from Taldravan.
Oh yeah, all that.
That was going to be the next one we said.
Yeah.
We have to get these gauntlets one way or another. We've got to do something, right? We can't just go home.
I am paying over, guys.
Yeah.
They look too scary.
I think either we try and go in like stealthy and get as close as we can to her, or we send a message to her if we're going to try and bargain with her. I don't see any reason for us to go in just to bargain with her. Puts us at such a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. I'd also be very interested in checking out the lighthouse potentially before we speak to her.
How long would it take to walk to the lighthouse, do you think?
I mean, they're in the same town, so you got to go through the same big entrance gates, so it's still about 45 minutes.
Okay.
I wonder exactly how long we can be there until it starts affecting us negatively.
How much time do you reckon's left on your shift right now?
I mean, I still had about 2 hours, I think.
Okay.
Turning her head like,
How much do we think we can trust Trellben? Because
Not a lot.
that's not the same thing, Free. If we send him back, but tell him not to say anything, we can come back through in a day when we're rested without being attacked at the gate. Let him know that we'll be back through. How long are your shift? You do a full day or 2 days or half a day? What?
They're 12 hours, yeah.
And do you come back the next day, or are you on like a rota?
But yeah, it's just 2 of us. We just rotate.
Okay.
Are you in a union?
No,
You should be.
Yeah.
It's good for trades.
we don't really have that sort of thing.
Do you get paid much?
We don't really get paid at all.
Okay. Should we
Are
pay
you
him?
sure
I
you
feel
don't want
bad
to
for
stay
him.
here?
Well, we don't
Okay.
really use gold or nothing like that in our town.
What do you use?
So it'll be the same colour.
We just all look after each other. We do.
Communism.
God.
Yeah. No, let's not introduce capitalism into this world. That really would make us the villains.
roll the traitor.
Traitor was
Class
capitalism.
traitors.
So, we know where they are. And if we believe that we can trust Trellben here, or at least can intimidate Trellben into not saying, then we have an advantage on that front. We can theoretically slip back through unnoticed, or largely unnoticed, when Trellben is on shift. And what's the word? Reconnoiter at our leisure.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing really to stop him reporting us when he gets back over to the other side. I mean, like, we're not there.
And we won't be able to check until tomorrow, and then yeah.
No, that's absolutely true.
Are we going in then? And are we going in with the idea of stealthing in and stealing this thing? Or are we going in with the idea of negotiating with this woman What's the plan? Let's make a plan.
I don't know if we know enough about her.
We know they're related. It must be something to do with that, right?
We don't know they're related. We know she's using the same surname.
Oh.
They could be related. It's likely they're related. But we don't really know anything other than where she is and what she has.
Trelvin, have you seen her much since she first arrived?
I mean, we saw when she moved in with all her elf friends, but she kind of sticks to her manner. She does.
You haven't seen her wearing a very fancy pair of gloves, have you?
No.
I mean, we can just go in and make it up as we go.
It tends to be our plan.
Yeah, it's worked out brilliantly so far. I've only seen death like twice.
I mean, if it helps, the route back down to my town's pretty safe, mainly because we've got Lathander's light covering all the area, so all the shadows and all that don't really like coming near us.
I see.
Not sure we'll ever get as much of an advantage going in as we would potentially have right now, because no one knows that we're coming.
How badly do you guys need to rest? I mean, I'm not too bad.
I'm okay.
I'm doing okay.
I'm fine. Cabal coughs up blood.
But I'll be fine.
I could do with a short rest at some point, and then I'd be feeling good again, but I wouldn't need a long one personally.
Nah, I'd be fine. I think.
When I was in the Shadowfell and using my Hand of Healing, did I notice any differences? Did it feel normal?
From my understanding of how your abilities work, they're all from inside yourself.
Yeah.
So as long as your body is still as it is, it's still going to be as potent as it always is.
Don't like the implications of that sentence, but sure.
I petition to call this episode Three's Potent Body.
Well, I like that even less. No.
I don't really have anything else to wrap up here. I wouldn't mind a rest at some point, but Plum is right. The best advantage we have is now.
Is Jana still with us?
Yeah, she's been looking about, yeah.
Oh, arse, yeah, you're here.
Fancy a trip to the Shadowfell, Jana?
Anything to weigh in on the whole thing, as well as the trip?
You did say you'd take us to the Doom.
I mean, she smiles a bit at that. My obligation isn't necessarily bound beyond this, but I wouldn't mind having a nosy at what's beyond there. My brother has never been to the Shadowfell, so that would be one up over him.
Fair enough. Akron? You up for a trip?
God, please, don't make me cycle through. Yeah.
I'd like to summon Philip to ask him.
Fuck's sake.
Philip's dead.
I suppose we could go on a holiday together.
Oh, God.
The longer she's with us, the more I'm attached, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe you're all leeching that from me, so because the longer I go on, anyway, it'll be fine.
I get more attached to you as well, Cabal, don't worry.
And Fakrin has the visage of a potential compatriot of
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Same.
I just removed the camouflage cloak from
Yeah.
her so she doesn't look
Yes,
like she's on some kind of spy mission.
Friend of your ancestor privileges, maybe.
Quinn, have you heard the name Sylvia Thoroax?
Yes.
Fuck's sake. Tell us about it then!
You were here this entire time!
Once again, usually when I step in, Kibal gets mad, so I just stand on the sidelines.
No, he gets mad when I step in as well. You just got to roll with it.
But yeah, I know Sylvia. She was, to my understanding, she was Davrin Thorowax's wife. But I don't think Miss Gladeweaver got on too well with her.
How slowly do elves age? Not that slowly.
Yeah, they can live a long time, so hypothetically there could be elves that were alive during the First War that have cycled all the way around, because it was about 600 years ago. But
Yeah, but Clover didn't mention her looking old.
no, that you would expect like about 700-year-old or so elf to look quite wizened
Like
by
me?
then. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would find a kindred spirit in them.
Do you know what happened to Sylvia?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, when Mr. Thorowax passed away, well, Baron kind of locked down a bit, and stopped interacting with the outside world, so...
And she didn't get on with his wife.
No.
Oh, well, now we have to go just for the top.
Yeah, maybe I just put the camouflage cloak gently back onto Vagrant.
You're really helpful to have around. You should just throw out information like this when you have it next time.
Do you know if Davrin ever had any children?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, this is one point in favor of her not necessarily being our enemy.
Exactly.
She doesn't. Apart from like sentimental reasons, there's no reason she'd have the fists and use them either.
Could she be trying to protect them from something?
Yeah, or just wants to bury the corpse of her husband near her, maybe.
Yeah.
Or just have the tomb on her possession or something like that.
Kelvin, how old are you?
I'm 17.
And I was just checking that people didn't age slower in the Shadowfell, which is also possible. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like we've got all the information we're going to get.
I think we should talk to her.
Yeah, fuck it, let's just go.
I think we should go. Yeah, no, I do. Because I think. First of all, we're going to be really unmatched to fight all of the inhabitants of this world. And if there's any chance that she was in some way on Thorowax's side, then we can reason with her, right?
Yeah.
We might actually have a better chance doing that than, like, openly declaring war on these people by sneaking in and trying to steal something.
I agree.
Yeah.
And this has potential to go really wrong, but I mean, if anything we do has potential to go really wrong.
I'd rather not make any more enemies if we can help it.
Yes, that would be nice.
Alright.
Let's go fuck up another dimension.
Yeah. If Sylvia didn't get on with Faerun, you think Faerun should stay here, just so we don't aggravate her off the bat? Sorry, Faerun.
It's fine, I'm just happy to be included.
It's for your safety as much as anything else.
Unincluded, but in an included way. I'm just happy to have the thought be about me.
Can I walk over and just pat her gently on the head?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had like a fishing rod or something to kind of give to you to keep you busy. Whilst
There's a whole shack full of fishing equipment there.
Oh yeah, you just get okay. We'll grab some.
Yeah.
Just get
Do some fishing, Faerun.
Rank them for us.
Faerun makes her way into the shack, gets out a fishing line, threads it up, puts on a little fishing cap that she found inside, and sits down on the stool. I'll be here.
Catch and release.
Please don't die, or else I'll be sat here for all eternity. And she throws the line into the water.
If we're not back within 3, 4,
100
if
years.
we're not back,
Okay.
I mean, it'd be reasonable about it. If we're not, you don't have to fish forever.
I'm stood behind him, just being like.
You're allowed to replace us with some more cool friends if we are gone for a few years, How long have we been here since getting back out the portal?
I'd say like, I mean, in real life you've been talking for like about an hour, so.
Can I be a difficult player and say that that could have contributed towards a short rest, or have I been doing too much?
No, yeah, I may as well have it be part of the conversation.
Okay, so shall we go in? Shall we ask this gentleman to escort us? That should at least get us through the gates.
Mm-hmm.
And shall we try diplomacy?
It's never failed us before, because we haven't tried it.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not a captive. Okay? In no circumstances are you to say or anything that you are a captive. You are in fact just leading us into town under a pretense of diplomacy, alright? There's nothing else happening here. You're free to go at any moment. I'm just asking for your help, is all.
So I can go now.
Have you bring us with you?
Yeah, we're forcibly kind of just we'll turn some screws maybe, but you're not a captive.
We're not holding you hostage, but you can't leave.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe if you hadn't shot our friend, we would, be on even better terms.
You owe us.
It's a learning experience.
Okay,
You're part of the family now, Trelvin.
So with that, I assume you make your way back through the portal into the Shadowfell, yes?
With Janna, but not with Fakrin.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
leaving Fakrin behind to start her possibly 100-year-long fishing trip, you and your party make your way through the portal again. Once again, the same cold chill sweeping over you, the air leaving you as you make your way back into the Shadowfell. And that is where we're going to end it for today's session. That's all the time we've got for this week's episode. But before you go, I just want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave us a like if you like what you just saw, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss out on any of the adventure.